The anime starts with a boy called Shugain picking up a device and getting ready to leave. He is told about a newbie and Trunks around to give his farewells. On the train, a girl is talking to an AI on her phone about her stomachache. Seeing this, Shugain asks a man to give the lady his seat and she thanks him for helping her. Shugain takes out a book and words start appearing, telling him about the target. Walking out of the station, he follows the directions in the book. Meanwhile, different people also have the same book and are writing. Shugain is told about the culprit's location, and he reveals his katana. In school, a girl called Hajime rubs a book against her face and moans. With her friends making fun of her, she shows them her new book and explains the function of each of her notebooks. The books have pronouns, by the way. Some boys discuss the new occult which talks about aliens and Gatchamen. As the girl walks out with her books and has lunch, a shadow is cast above her. Noticing a man behind her, he tells her she has a power hidden in her body. "Excuse me, who are you?" He covers her head in his clothes, causing the girls to see rainbows. Feeling a force on her body, she moans continuously and the man pulls out a cube from her breasts. Yelling Gatchaman, he disappears and the girl is left lying on the roof. When a notebook falls on her, it opens, and she is surprised to see words appearing on its pages. Happily, Hajime rides her bike. Meanwhile, Shugain sees the suspect and activates his book to release an amnesia wave, causing the suspect to transform back into a monster. Shugain transforms into his mecha suit and chases after the monster. As it tries to escape from the mall, Shugain casts a long-reaching blade and defeats the alien. Hajime immediately runs towards him and starts mumbling. When she shows him her notebook, he realizes that she is the new recruit. At school, Shugain overhears some boys discussing whether Gatchaman exists. Not believing any of it, Hajime, with her wokeness, proudly flaunts her notebook. Even though Shugain tries to tell her not to do that shit, she gives zero fucks and Shugain brings her to their base. Scanning his notebook, the elevator brings them underground and Shugain says she needs to stay focused. Reaching the base, Hajime is excited to talk to the other Gatchaman and gropes a small girl. This guy is OD and this guy is Joe. After he leaves her hanging, a panda called Pie-Man walks down the stairs and bites her for calling him panda. Anyways, he informs her that her book will be her superpower and talks about JJ, the man who gave her the superpower. Because no one can know about their existence, Gatchamen have to cast an amnesia effect which will make them invisible to other people. Still, Hajime mentions that she saw Shugain after he cast the amnesia effect, but he explains that it doesn't work on notebook holders. JJ will use it to hand missions. Pie-Man says that it is for business use only, but when he opens the book, he sees Hajime's drawing of it. Afterwards, Shugain shows her the portal to transfer the captured aliens. Gatchaman's job is to eliminate any aliens on Earth, but lately, there has been a new alien called Nests, which is their biggest problem. These thingies are big smalls, and they act as support on missions and work to save people who have been eaten by aliens. Still, Hajime is not serious. Suddenly, they are summoned by JJ teleporting to a platform. Hajime shouts at JJ and Paimon presses her. Shugain explains that they are on a barrier cliff when she falls down the steps. While floating, JJ gives them a riddle to inform them of the new mission. Soon, they are sent to the real world and Swagni notices a bridge with a bus underneath. When the bus starts, Shugain activates the amnesia effect. After unsheathing his sword, he slices the bus and it transforms into alien form. Shugain chases after it and Hajime activates her book and transforms into her mecha suit. A man drops from the roof. The alien attacks Shugain while Hajime is excited about the new costume. As it goes after Hajime, she attacks it with smoke bombs and uses her shears. Just then, the alien transforms into a scissor and Hajime stops to comment on her love for scissors, allowing it to escape. As Shugain walks away, furious about Hajime's actions, she couldn't care less. They reach a flat and Hajime rings OD's room, but no one answers. Anyways, they go to get their rooms and Pie-Man tells her that all her things have been delivered. Inside, Hajime opens Paimon's room and sees a mountain of pandas. As Shugain cooks, Paimon drinks his sorrows away. They eat and Hajime compliments his food, making him happy. Still, she decides to show him her dish and presents them with poison. Paimon enjoys it and Shugain is surprised that it tastes good. As they wash the dishes, the news mentions that a popular singer has committed suicide. Even though Hajime is sympathetic, Shugain is indifferent and questions why Hajime let the monster go. She tells them that she prefers the love and peace approach. Yeah, she wants to make love with the aliens. Huh? What? Anyways, She drills the wall and Shugain nags her. When Hajime uses her phone, he mentions he mainly uses the notebook and she comments on how he doesn't have any non-Gatchaman friends. Showing him the app, Galax, he tries to act like he is above games. Just then, she gets a call from her mom. The scene cuts to Joe in an office when the computer warns them of a terrorist attack for a drill. Later, Hajime and Shugain volunteer at an event. Hajime casually introduces him to important people like the mayor of the city. Learning this, he immediately becomes formal with them. While she is chilling with some kids, the mayor tells Shugain that they have been making collages to send to kids in need and Shugain starts making some as well. Joe plays some darts while chatting to his friend. Meanwhile, Hajime hugs Atsutsu and spots OD playing Galax. He mocks her for letting the alien escape and she has to explain that it is rude to kill aliens. She doesn't understand the purpose of killing aliens and Shugain explains that it is the job of Gatchaman. That is not even an explanation. Past the stupid shit, Pieman tells her that aliens suck humans. No, not like that, I mean absorb. Since their mecha suits are a manifestation of their souls. She wonders how she got scissors as a weapon. Still, Shugain tells her to shut the fuck up for once, and she goes on a rant about how he doesn't care about anything other than being Gatchaman. Just then, they are sent to the barrier cliff where they receive another riddle. Hajime walks in the air towards JJ trying to hang out with him. After releasing some paper birds into the air, JJ teleports them. Outside, they spot the demon and transform. Hajime tapes Shugain to the wall and attacks it by herself. Never mind. She taps it gently but that causes it to spit out all the things it absorbed. After going back to human form, she plays with the alien cube. The scene cuts to some demons attacking people. Later, Shugain cannot believe the data that Pieman gave him. As Hajime does some origami, he mentions that the aliens have stopped kidnapping people and they all look at Hajime. Pieman wants Hajime to tell him what she did to all the aliens but she just says that they were playing games. Denying that they will be able to communicate with aliens, Joe suggests that the aliens change shape to communicate. The aliens probably communicated with each other like how the Gatchamen communicate with notebooks. Pieman tries to capture Hajime's alien but it just disappears every time. Has this panda ever thought that the aliens want nothing to do with humans? OD explains that the aliens may be accidentally eating humans like how humans accidentally step on ants. Realizing that he might lose his job, Pieman sweats his ass off. With all the negativity, Hajime cheers Atsutsu up by asking her to do origami. On Galax, some people have a conversation while a mom looks at it. She presses a button and a man introducing himself as a lawyer sits next to her, offering to help. More students at the park use Galax and even more people in the lift use it. The cosplaying rabbit walks out and scans her eyes. The AI gives her the data on Galax. As it goes on about how much Galax has influenced the world, she goes to her room and changes her clothes. She is informed that many missing people have returned but could not remember what had happened to them. Joking that they were abducted by aliens, she hears a noise above. Anyways, the news shows that the Prime Minister resigned and the AI compliments her success. She takes off her wig and reveals that she is actually a guy called Rue. He gets a call and doesn't bother to answer, but he hears a voice telling him to let them use their powers. Mentioning that 100 Galax users have been given powers. The scene cuts to Hajime walking to school with her new best friend. A car rushes past them at light speed and Shugain flips him off. Still, Hajime thinks that it may have been an emergency. Even though he doesn't understand why she is so positive, she tells him it is so he can chill the fuck down. Like, bro, why is you mad? In class, a milk truck drives into school. Rue is informed that a milk factory experienced a blackout. Despite this, the owners refused to dispose of the milk and instead added a chemical and shipped it out, meaning it is a health hazard. As Hajime eats lunch, she and his friends get a notification telling them that the milk is unsafe. She goes to call Swagni immediately and he duo run through the hallways with a plan to remove the milk. When they reach, they realize the power box is locked. Even though the student wants to make a school-wide announcement, the teacher is skeptical about whether the information it is even real, but some teachers also trust Galax's information. Meanwhile, Shugain and Hajime run to find the vending machine key. She tells him to run around swinging his katana by proclaiming that he is a Gatchaman. So now he has no choice. He swings a broom around to distract the teachers while Hajime sneaks in. She runs into same teacher, but they are not rats. As a boy drinks the milk, a loud announcement is made. The student unplug the vending machine. At the last one, Shugain runs as he is chased by teachers. A blade is seen for a split second as he runs down the stairs. Soon, Galax tells them that the mission is complete. Rue infers that the people who didn't take action didn't trust Galax's info. While the AI somewhat agrees, Rue adds that some people just didn't care. Powerful people don't care about the well-being of normal citizens and Rue wants to deal with them. On the train, Hajime compliments Shuan for how cool he looked in school. He admits his perception of phones has been changed. Atsutsu goes back home and plays with her cat. She drops the origami that Hajime gave her and OD tells her to be friends with Hajime. Meanwhile, a helicopter is being filmed from a cable car. Rue receives news that a helicopter has crashed in the forest. When two students walk in a tunnel, an alien appears in front of them, kisses him and transforms. Outside, people are attacked by the alien and Joe throws him to the ground. As he is being captured, it shifts away so when the actual kids come, the police capture them. Joe chases after the alien and sees it hanging on a street light, so he takes out his book. With the situation getting direr at the cable car, the AI calculates that there is zero chance of rescue. Now Rue has no choice. Digital robots can be seen. As the cable cars are burning down, the robots spawn and Rue commands them. The rescue team watches helplessly as they are unable to reach the cable cars, but one of the robots climbs it. One of the passengers sees that the winds will calm down soon, but suddenly they hear a thump. The robot lands on top of the cable car and pulls its controller up. More passengers see that help is coming through Galax when the cable car starts shaking. As the guy encourages them to not give up, he sees that help will arrive in 20 seconds. Soon, rescuers climb their cable car and jump down the latch to save them. The scene cuts to the alien rambling on so Joe transforms into his mecha suit. Flying up, he guns it down. The rescued passengers are interviewed and they credit Galax for connecting them to rescuers. Rue is informed that there have been no casualties, but he denies his part in it. The alien takes out a device which causes all the traffic lights to flicker uncontrollably. Meanwhile, the Gatchamen hang out with Cube Demon and OD can't stop talking. Just then, Joe walks to them, telling them about the wired alien he encountered who disguised as a human and killed people. Shuan remembers similar news about this. Even though they are surprised that Joe actually fought it, he mentions that it got away and brings up the riddle that JJ said before. As Swagni is confused, Joe tells them that it has the same note as them. With OD and Pieman being suspiciously quiet, Joe questions them about the magenta-haired alien. Just then, the note lights up informing them that the alien will appear again soon. Pieman angrily orders them to not get involved, but they still want to catch that alien. Now OD wants them to chill out. Later, Hajime keeps on talking so the rest just walk away. Pieman and OD play reversey as Pieman stresses out that the alien has appeared. Since it has the power to destroy planets, he reminds OD to not go near the alien and starts crying as his friend was killed it as well, but Joe decides to obliterate the alien the next time he sees it. Hajime walks with Atsutsu and is confused about why Pieman and OD were acting so weird. When she comments on how Atsutsu is so quiet, Atsutsu mentions that her body is a clone and she cannot touch anyone or else they will be hurt. Hajime assures her that she is good the way she is, but Atsutsu walks away. She grabs her head and says how much she hates making copies of herself. The scene cuts to the alien giving Rue the power to materialize souls. Rue wakes up to see the alien on his ceiling who is proud that Rue used the power that he gave him. After thanking him, Rue walks down and the AI informs him that none of the suspects remembers killing anyone. The alien acts all sympathetic, offering to tell him who the culprit is. Still, he bullshits about people's violence and Rue breathes heavily. When the AI tries to talk about Gatchaman, Rue doesn't believe they exist and wants to help the planet by herself. Anyways, Hajime works at a store and her friends spot her. As they comment on how the government is not needed because Galax can do everything, Hajime disagrees and talks to the fireman chief. The scene cuts to a mom leaving her kid behind because she is being annoying. Rue sees the kid and the alien kisses the mom, transforming into her body. He gets into a car and drives recklessly on the road. Rue immediately notifies the AI and people start getting Galax notifications. As civilians lay helplessly on the ground, the alien tries to hit the kid and Rue saves her. When the cops come, they arrest the innocent mother while the alien laughs evilly on top of the street light. After it disappears, Rue blames himself for taking the alien's power. Joe drinks at a bar and hears the news that a housewife who was taken as a suspect does not remember killing anyone. When some ladies blame Galax, Joe blurts that the enemy is too strong. After walking out, he slaps himself and takes off his glasses.